Going back to Wayne Madsen, who's been over in Libya, we were getting into the whole Occupy Wall Street. Here's my breakdown. We know Obama-connected groups put out the call to Occupy Wall Street 3 months ago for October, knowing just the general crowds would show up. Then they intended to send in their agitators to take control of it. That's failed, but the system doesn't care. They're just having the national news still just aim cameras at their spokesman and pretend like these people support Obama as some desperate ploy. I don't see it working, just like the Republicans tried to co-opt the Tea Party and were only partially successful. What do you say to that?
I believe that's true. I have been to the Occupy activities here in the D.C. area, and I have to say that there's a lot of anti-Obama people. I mean, they know he's a product of Wall Street, and they know that George Soros is Wall Street. I mean, these people who think that Soros is some sort of fairy godfather that comes around and sprinkles money on you for good deeds, I mean, that's not his history. This man has destroyed entire economies of nations, and he's quite proud of it. But I think the fact is that he was obviously involved with some of these Facebook, Twitter operations in Egypt and Tunisia, to some extent in Libya. But look, some of this has backfired, because when the poor people get out there and start demanding change, that's not the latte drinking people that follow George Soros' dictates. And this is what happened in Cairo, and this is what happened in Tunisia, and this is what's happening in Athens, because the people in Greece and Spain don't want these deals with these bankers. And I think the people like Soros, and obviously he fronts for the Rothschilds, these people are very concerned now, because people are starting to get wise to their tactics and to the way they conduct their business. And I think it's going to be a zero-sum game in this whole thing. When the people, 99% of the world, think how many people that is. And in some countries it's higher than 99%. It's like less than one hundredth of 1% who have the wealth in certain countries. When these people rise up, they're not going to be in any mood to compromise with the elite.
Well, that's what I was going to get to, is that we've seen the Federal Reserve and all these globalists and Obama endorse Occupy Wall Street. That's an attempt to make it a left-right issue, just like Republicans endorsing the Tea Party, so that the left wouldn't get involved with the Tea Party. Now they call the Occupy Wall Street leftists, so the right won't get involved. They don't want us ever getting together.
Right. And the people, for the most part, in the Occupy movement, reject both political parties. They reject the Republicans and the Democrats. They don't even like this system of government anymore. They want a fundamental change in the way we're governed. So we're talking about people who are calling for a major constitutional change in this country, because the system is so broken, so corrupted, can it be fixed? And I would point out that Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln both said it's not only your right, it's your duty to replace this form of government if it turns out that it becomes repressive and an unworkable situation.
Where do you see this ending, then, in the last 30 seconds?
Well, I mean, the media is going to be doing their best to try to frame this and put out this information. But I think people are now using their own means of communications. They're not beholden to the media. This could go anywhere. I don't think anyone can actually foresee the future. And we know that with revolutionary periods of time, you can never predict the future. We saw that with Solidarity in Poland, and we saw the eventual collapse of the Soviet Union.
You're right. Wayne Madsen, thank you. Yeah. Wayne, thank you so much. Great points. We'll talk to you soon. There's no doubt this is the time that the world's future is being dictated. All of us need to be involved on the side of good against evil.